Ladies and gentlemen, let me take you back to a chilly autumn evening in 1924 when the Sullivan brothers' magnificent circus rolled into the sleepy town of Millbrook. The usual parade of elephants and acrobats drew gasps from the crowd, but nothing compared to their star attraction. What they boldly claimed was a living dinosaur. Behind heavy iron bars, in a reinforced train car, sat something that shouldn't exist. The creature's scales gleamed like polished copper in the lamplight, its yellow eyes tracking every movement like a predator sizing up its prey. The circus owner, Thomas Sullivan, would dramatically tell crowds how they'd found it deep in the Amazon. But if you looked closely at his face when he told that tale, you might notice a flicker of fear. The handlers were careful, too careful. They never turned their backs on the cage, never stayed too close for too long. They knew something the paying customers didn't. This wasn't some trained performer. This was a creature of ancient instinct, watching, calculating, testing the bars of its prison day after day. For 3 months, the show went on. Children would scream with delight when the creature roared, parents would clutch their tickets tighter, and the money kept flowing. But the handlers could see the bars beginning to bend, ever so slightly. They noticed how the creature would push against them at different points, methodically searching for weakness. And then came that fateful night in December. The temperature had dropped below freezing, making the metal brittle. The crowd was larger than usual, pressed close to the cage for warmth. That's when it happened, when the creature finally found its moment. The moment everyone had dreaded but knew, deep down, was coming. But that's another story, one written in newspaper headlines and missing person reports from that winter. Some say if you visit Millbrook on quiet nights, you can still hear something moving in the woods, something that should have stayed extinct millions of years ago.